Hello everybody, Treno here, and today we are going to look at the QN506 Chinese light tank, which looks to be a Chinese equivalent of the Russian BMP-T. And this is going to be coming in the Repair Factory crafting event, probably as the main prize for ground forces. I should apologise, yesterday I said the AMD-35 was going to be the main prize. In my defence it does say one of the main prizes, but obviously it seems like this is going to be the actual main prize. And like with the Russian BMP-T, this turret is supposed to be completely unmanned, and it's armed with a 30mm cannon and a coaxial machine gun, but the cannon is very similar to the Russian 2A72 automatic cannon as used on the BMP-3, and so will likely fire HE shells, armour-piercing tracer, and APDS shells. The armour-piercing tracer do about 53mm at 500m, APDS 79mm. Although unlike the BMP-3, this only carries 300 rounds. The BMPs usually carry about 500, so that could be a bit of an issue. We've also got 4 large QN502 ATGMs, so I don't know exactly how much penetration they will have, but being large missiles, they will presumably be very powerful. And to top that off, they are fire and forget missiles. So, very powerful and very accurate, presumably. We've also got these smaller QN201 rockets or missiles. I'm not entirely sure if they're even guided missiles. They've got less penetration, and you have about 20 of them. And it does mention there are spare rockets on the side of the tank, so there should be reloads for these, which is always useful. And of course this is based on the ZTZ-59 tank chassis. So this will have the same armour as the ZTS-59, about 100mm for the frontal hull, backed up by these ERA blocks which have a thickness of 70mm or an effective thickness of about 120. You've got 80mm of side armour backed up by 5mm thick rubber fabric screens as side skirt armour, and the rear armour is 45mm. I haven't seen any figures for the turret itself, although I'm not entirely sure how that will work out because, of course, if this gets hit, I'm not entirely sure how you're supposed to repair it in real life. Obviously, in game, it will just repair itself, I presume. Speed is supposed to be unaltered, so 50km an hour or 31 miles per hour. So not the fastest vehicle in the world, but, pretty decent speed. And the crew is supposed to be enclosed entirely within the tank. Now, the original ZTS has a crew of 4, a driver, commander, gunner, and loader. I'm not entirely sure if it will remain that with the QN506. I think the BMP-T has 5 crew members, so you're looking at a crew of about 4 to 5. And to top this all off, it has a radar and presumably advanced optics as well, which will help with picking out enemies. So all in all, this is definitely the best of the vehicles we've looked at so far. The AMD-35 is probably the second best, but it's not really groundbreaking. It is just a AMD-35 with a 47mm gun in the very low tiers. And the Shabakov light cruiser and the A7K Corsair are very similar to already existing vehicles. So not only is this the main prize for ground forces, I think this will be the main prize for the event in general. And we should get more details on the Repair Factory crafting event tomorrow, so hopefully you'll join me for that. Anyway, just a quick video for today. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hopefully you'll join me for future episodes. I've been Toreno, and I'll see you next time.